Hi everyone, it's Diana,
I'm Nick.
and it's Tuesday. Yes, it is. It's Tuesday with Team RCIA. Tuesday, all things Team RCIA, or all things RCIA. So, let's see. So we've gotten past Triduum, and many people have celebrated their sacraments, and now we're starting to look at for the next coming year and what our team might look like and what kinds of people we might want to be looking for in an RCIA team.
We thought we'd talk a little bit about what we're looking for in a catechist because, in my experience, folks, RCIA teams when they're looking for a catechist, what they really look for is somebody who's good at doing a presentation. So they'll get somebody who knows something about family life and they'll do a presentation on family life, or they'll get somebody who knows something about I don't know what's another topic.
The seminarian, obviously,
Yeah,
the seminarian,
they get the
because
seminarian to do whatever his latest class was, or
yes,
and so on. So we had, like, in one parish I was in, we had a parishioner who just really loved talking about the Trinity, and he would do that pretty much straight out of the catechism. He didn't really talk much about how the Trinity impacted his life. It was, here's 8 things the church teaches about the Trinity, and he'd have it on PowerPoint slides and all that. So that's not really what the church means when it asks us to have catechists, or to have a catechetical mission, especially with the catechumens in the catechumenate. Really, what the church is looking for is someone with a calling or a vocation. So like a seminarian, for example. All priests are supposed to be catechists in a sense, but they don't necessarily have a calling to be a catechist in the same way someone with a true gift for catechizing has. So everybody in a sense is supposed to be able to say something about the faith, to quote unquote teach the faith.
but the way we teach the
Yeah,
faith is particular. It's not teaching as an academic or information
yeah,
transfer, and there are people who are very, very skilled at that. But it's more about the sense of teaching as a witness, a person
right.
who is first a person of faith and then is able to lead others into that same kind of faith, that same kind of living out as a witness. And that's different than like an academic lecturer. So
Yeah,
there are similarities, but the essence is different.
the directory for catechesis puts it really well. I think it says in the directory, the catechist is a Christian. So that's your point about a person of faith. We're expecting this person to be a Christian in the fullest sense of that word, like a disciple. Is a Christ The catechist is a Christian who receives a particular calling from God that, when accepted in faith, empowers him or her for the service of the transmission of the faith and the task of initiating others into the Christian life. So the point here is not just announcing what the catechism says, but it's actually transmitting faith and initiating people into the life of a Christian.
Yeah, and so we can think of it as like we're not trying to make theologians, but we are trying to make people who do love God and who do follow the way of Christ and who know and understand why they do that and what that kind of life entails. And so faith is always the first and foremost part of a catechist's vocation. First, to be a person of faith, and then to lead others into that faith and not simply get others to know the elements of that faith.
So then the director for catechesis goes on to list 3 characteristics or 3 identifiers of who we're looking for. So if you're looking for a catechist for your team, you're looking for these 3 things in a person. And the first is a witness of faith and keeper of the memory of God.
That's
I love
amazing.
that.
Is that really the
Yeah.
language?
Yeah, it's exactly what it says.
So
That's
this
a
is
quote.
paragraph 113 in
Yeah.
the new directory for catechesis.
So witness of faith and keeper of the memory of God. That's the first sort of characteristic you're looking for. The second characteristic you're looking for is a teacher and a mystagogue. Right, we're going to come back to that, but linking that word mystagogue with teacher sort of tells you the kind of teacher we're looking for. And the third thing is an accompanist, somebody who accompanies, an accompanier and educator. So again, linking accompanier with the word educator tells you what kind of educator we're looking for.
Yeah.
So those three things, all in paragraph 113. And what we want to focus on in this conversation we're having today is that middle one, the teacher and mystagogue. What does it mean to be a teacher who is a mystagogue, or what does it mean to be a mystagogue?
So, we are in the period of post-baptismal catechesis or mystagogy. Mm-hmm. And that word mystagogy, a lot of times stumps RCIA ministers and team members, and we're trying to think, what that's a mystery. What do we do here? And oftentimes our first instinct is to say, we need to do more sessions. Mm-hmm. These are the mystagogy sessions, and so we're going to get together and we're going to do more teaching. We're going to do some reflection, and we're going to catch up on some of the things that we didn't get to before Easter, and that's our mystagogy period. Or we say this is a great time to sign people up for ministries in the parish, and so we have to just return to that word mystagogy in order to understand why the church asks catechists to be mystagogues. What does that word mean?
So literally, it's a Greek word. It's actually a compound word. It comes from two Greek words. The first word is in Greek, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, mystes or mystes, which means one who's been initiated into the mystery. So you've got, the person living in the mystery, the mystes. And then agos, again, I'm not sure I'm saying this right. Agogos means leader. So like a pedagogue has the same agogos ending on there, which means a leader of children in a sense, or a teacher of children. So this mystagogue is someone who leads others into the mystery. Okay, so then next natural question is, well, into what mystery? What mystery are we talking about? And the mystery is the Paschal mystery. So the RCIA says the whole of initiation must bear a markedly Paschal character. It's got to be grounded in the Paschal mystery, since the initiation of Christians is the first sacramental sharing in Christ dying and rising, the Paschal mystery again.
Mm-hmm. And so that leads us to what the directory says the mystagogue does. It's a twofold character. It says, this is a quote from paragraph 114, it says, as an icon of Jesus. I mean, just imagine, you guys are icons of Jesus. As an icon of Jesus, the teacher, the catechist has the twofold task of first transmitting the content of the faith. Okay, so pretty much every catechist understands that responsibility. But where we falter is we forget the second part of that twofold task. The second, and leading others into the mystery of the faith itself. Now, I don't know about you, but a lot of times what I've encountered with RCI catechists is that they do the first part really well. They transmit the content of the faith.
It's like that guy that I knew that would talk about the Trinity.
Yes.
He could transmit, kind of the official word that the church has about what Trinity means.
Yes, and so we're pretty good at that. But the leading part, that's a whole different skill set. You have to have a relationship with the person that you are leading. You can be the teacher and you can blast ahead forward with your notes and never look back and see, are the people with me? Are they getting this? Is it touching their heart in such a way that is leading them not just to knowledge, but to faith, the mystery of faith itself? And that mystery is Christ. Is this leading them to Christ, or is it leading them to the catechism, or to a video, or to a personality on that video, or to me as the catechist? Is everything that I'm doing at their pace, at their level, in such a way that their hearts are changed, not my ego stoked?
And I think we really have to explore and hold on to that word mystery here, because I go back to the example of the Trinity again. If I feel humbled whenever I have to try to explain what the mystery of the Trinity is. And you can say that for any mystery of our faith. Any doctrine of our faith is grounded in mystery. It's all grounded in the Paschal mystery. But we identify what facets of the Paschal mystery, like the mystery of the Trinity, and the mystery of Jesus' dual nature of human and divine. All these mysteries, and they're not mysteries like Sherlock Holmes mysteries to be solved. They're mysteries like, being in love with your spouse or your children or your best friend, that you're always accompanying and discovering something new about that person. And as much as you would try to explain your relationship to someone who's not in that relationship, you can talk about it, you can diagram it, you can give examples, but you'll never fully explore the mystery. It's a sort of a companion walk into the unknown. Yeah. And that's really what we're asking the catechist to do here, is not to have all the answers, but to know kind of generally the direction we should be walking, to find more of the mystery, to explore more of the mystery.
And that kind of accompaniment, that accompanier into the mysteries, that we see that job description in the RCIA too, in paragraph 75, where it says that the catechesis that we provide it must give people an appropriate acquaintance with the doctrines and the dogmas and precepts of the church, as well as a profound sense of the mystery of salvation in which they desire to participate. And so it would be, to use your example of this kind of marriage relationship, you can know a person and know all of the facts about a person, but not love that person, right? If there's no love and relationship and deeper sense of awe and mystery about that relationship, then that isn't a marriage. That isn't the kind of relationship we're asking our catechumens to have with Christ. And so we have to go deeper. Do you want to say a little bit about how we might do that, how we might lead people?
Yeah, so before you throw up your hands and say, well, how can a human ever do this? We do it through the power of the Holy Spirit, and the power of the Holy Spirit is most manifested when we gather together as a people of God to give praise and worship to God. So in our liturgical gatherings, when we do the liturgical rites of the church, that's when the mystery is most unveiled, in a sense, where we get the clearest look. St. Paul says we're looking through a glass darkly, almost like a kaleidoscope vision of the mystery, and it comes into focus just a little clearer in the liturgy. So it's in the liturgy where we get closest to understanding what the mystery is. We get closest to the mystery being revealed to us.
So go ahead.
And that's why the church says the mystery is the privileged place for catechizing the people of God. Now,
in the liturgy.
In the liturgy, yeah. Right. The liturgy is the privileged place for catechizing the people of God. Now, nobody's expecting us to put up PowerPoints and get out textbooks and do handouts at the liturgy. What it means by that is, just like you in your love relationships, when you have a birthday dinner with your children, or an anniversary dinner with your spouse, or you go on that walk where the sun is setting, and you have that special moment together. Those kinds of places. That's liturgy for us. That's when we know the other in a way that we didn't know before, and that's what the church means by catechizing through the liturgy.
And that's essential in a way for us catechists. That first step, we don't really have to do anything. We just have to bring people to that encounter. We have to make sure that we are entering into those encounters with Christ as fully as possible. And so your first job as a mystagogue is to make sure that your neophytes, your catechumens, your candidates, your entire community is celebrating those encounters with Christ well and fully, because it's Christ who is the teacher for us in those moments.
So if we put all this together, then what the church is asking us to look for when we look for catechists for the RCIA process, we're looking for someone who has a calling from God, who has a gift for initiating others into the faith. We're looking for someone who is capable of teaching the way Jesus taught. Okay? We're looking for someone who lives in the mystery of Christ. We're looking for someone who can lead others deeper into that mystery of Christ. And finally, we're looking for someone who recognizes that the liturgy is the privileged place of catechesis. Mm-hmm. So in other words, we're looking for mystagogues. That's what a mystagogue is.
Well, so tomorrow we're going to be talking way more about mystagogy and the period of post-baptismal catechesis and what that means.
We should say before we go, there's a link to all of what we just said here in the comments below.
And I put it in there already. But tomorrow we are gathering together with Team RCIA members to look at how the period of mystagogy is a renewal for the entire community itself.
Yeah, so we're going to have like an hour-long training tomorrow, and this is open exclusively to Team RCIA members. Most of our webinars are kind of open to everybody, but this is going to be a members-only event, and we'd like to encourage you to sign up to become a member so that you can participate in that with us. And if you become a member, you're not only going to get tomorrow's training, you get, like, for instance, we have a whole video marathon on who you need on your RCIA team. So besides the catechist, we describe all the other kinds of members you need on the team and what their jobs are. That video marathon is available to members, so you'd have access to that as a member. We have an hour-long online training that we've done on just the role of catechesis and the catechist in the RCIA. That's in the archives for members as well. We've got, 40-something of those 1 hour long masterclass trainings on all aspects of RCIA. We've got something like 6 or 8 video marathons on different topics of the RCIA, including a complete overview of the RCIA process. We've got 4 mini courses and 2 master courses on different topics of the RCIA. So all these things are available to you as a member, and you can sign up to become a member today, and you'll get access to all that stuff, plus tomorrow's training on this idea of mystagogy in the RCIA.
Yeah, and becoming a member is really easy. Just you can sign up to be a member for a year, or you can sign up just to be a member for a month or 2 and then cancel anytime. You can cancel anytime you want. We know that your time is valuable and your resources are limited, but we want to be able to give you the opportunity to access all of these resources as you need them. And so in the comments there is a link for information on tomorrow's gathering, which is at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and as a member, you'll get the recording too if you cannot be part of the live event tomorrow. So click on that link and find out about tomorrow's webinar and how you can become a member for Team RCIA.
You probably noticed we're talking about membership a lot more these weeks. We're spending about 6 weeks where we're going to talk about membership and ask you to become a member. And really, there's it's kind of hard for me to ask that stuff, but we had a real struggle when COVID hit, and a lot of the things that we do to kind of sustain the ministry went away, and I'm sure that's true for many of you. And we shifted to this membership process in order to be able to continue to provide you with resources and support. And if we're not able to do it through this membership thing, then I don't know what's next. If we can continue to do it or continue to do it at this level, but we desperately want to be able to provide the kinds of support that you need in your parishes, because we know COVID hit a lot of dioceses, hit a lot of parishes, and the incomes are down, and you may not even have the local support that you used to have. So we really hope that you'll be able to participate at least a little bit financially to help us continue the mission. And if you're not able to, we understand that. We both have been church workers most of our careers, but you can support us through your prayer and just through your comments. When you send us an email or you write a comment in the Facebook or the YouTube sites or on our website, it really just lifts us up and helps us to have more energy to do this. So,
yes.
So even if you're unable to become a member, there's still a ton of free stuff for you that we'll make available. We always answer your emails, whether you're a member or not a member. If you are people of God that are working in this mission, we feel like we have a connection to you and a bond with you, and we want to accompany you in whatever work you're doing.
Oh, absolutely, and it's true. And Joanna, thank you for your comments. That's we are so honored to be part of a small, very small part of your ministry in your parishes and communities. And over the last several months, especially during this pandemic time, we've been getting so many wonderful emails and comments from many of the Team RCIA members and people who are just part of the Team RCIA community who can't, for whatever reason, aren't able to be members right now, but they keep sending us their prayers and their encouragement and their questions and comments. And really, you guys are giving us you sustain us with that kind of participation. And so in whatever way that you can participate in this endeavor, we encourage you to do that so that you can allow us to help and support you in your mission for your communities. Yeah. All right. So
we're going to do another one of these Facebook Lives on Thursday. So tomorrow we have the 1 hour training for Team RCA members. So sign up so you can be part of that. And then we've got a free Facebook Live that we're going to do on Thursday where we'll talk about another aspect of RCIA ministry.
Yeah, so watch out for all of that. And I guess this is a little like our KQED spring spring membership.
Except we don't have tote bags.
No tote bags. No tote bags. We got a whole bunch of books we can give away waiting to be donated. But thank you again for all your prayers. Keep praying for us, and hopefully we can see you tomorrow at the Team RCI member formation event, or sometime later this week here on Facebook or at YouTube. All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.